This video is part of an ongoing series that I like to try to add on to each week. It's called One Play Wednesday, where I look at interesting or important plays from across the NFL. I think I'm generally going to focus this on Ravens, Lions, and Seahawks film because those are the three teams that I'm watching at this point as much of their film as possible. And so I have some awareness, some knowledge of plays that are either anomalous, interesting, or required significantly high execution on the part of the offense or defense in order to get something accomplished. This is going to be DK Metcalf's 71-yard touchdown catch, his second of the year from Geno Smith, who I think is completing like almost 75% of his passes. He does have 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. This particular play is a 1st and 10, and the Seahawks have gone into a flex or shotgun spread formation. One thing to note about it is the tight end is lined up out wide all the way to their left, and the Dolphins have countered with what I would require is describe as off coverage. To the downside of the screen here, I think you're getting a softer version than you do up to the top side of the screen where the tight end and Tyler Lockett is located. I would say you definitely have a cover 2 look up to the top side where the running back motions to. To the downside of the screen, more of a pattern read, if you ask me. It's basically a fake slant, a fake post or fake almost dig by DK Metcalf, and the safety jumps it, so Geno Smith's going to throw it over the top. His eyes never really left this side. When you get the end zone angle, you'll see that briefly he looked in this direction. I think that was just to hold this guy for a moment. DK is going to bring this route initially into the seam area, causing the safety to stop or halt his pedal and come downhill, looking for a post or possibly a dig by DK Metcalf. All a part of the read, if you ask me, between him and Geno Smith, and that's why Geno Smith is looking to his side. It's possible, perhaps, that this was a designed play call and not a read. My suspicion is that DK Metcalf and Geno Smith, are reading this because of the softer coverage by this corner versus up here you have what clearly looks like a cover 2 corner to this side with the safety who's a little bit deeper. So I would say more traditional cover 2 side to the top side of our screen, the right-hand side of the Dolphins defense down to the bottom side, some type of pattern read match reaction based on 2's release. I'm not sure why the corner isn't helping at least a little bit, but let's get to the end zone angle. I mean, the way the ball is thrown, the corner is going to be outside leverage anyway, so it's going to be difficult to stop the play. You'll see as soon as the ball is snapped, Geno is looking here to this side with his face mask. Almost looks like his eyes are here for a moment. I think that's just to hold people. Comes back, and he's reading that safety whose helmet you might be able to see just a little bit in the bottom left of the screen. As soon as he jumps DK's deeper post, in-cut, dig, whatever you want to call it, DK brings the route up the seam, 71-yard touchdown. His second long one of the year. He had a 56-yarder the week before against the Patriots, ironically, early in the second quarter. This one is one of the last plays of the first quarter. In fact, I think he scores with about 5 seconds left in the first quarter to put the Seahawks up 17-3. The pass protection happened to hold here for Geno Smith such that he had time to read this release. You can see a little bit of an outcut by the number 2 receiver, and 5, I think that's Ramsey, but I could be wrong, is kind of starting to sit or perhaps drive on that a little late. And just as DK takes his route up the seam, Geno Smith has still not let go of the football. So he was just confirming what the safety's reaction was. Beautiful play, if you ask me. Throws a great deep ball. At this point, I think he's completing 74.8, almost 75% of his passes. Does have 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions through 3 games. Thrown for almost 800 yards. DK, I think, is off to a great start. 15 catches, high percent catch efficiency, if I recall. I don't remember the percentage. But 15 catches through 3 games, 262 yards receiving, the 2 touchdowns. Looks like he's ready to carry this team into the Monday Night Football matchup against the Lions, who have a much improved secondary. As an aside, I will have, and a much improved defense overall, I'll have significant previews for that Seahawks visit to Detroit for Monday Night Football as we get closer to next week. Probably drop the first one Thursday or Friday and maybe do a live stream during that time period to show some film, give you some of my thoughts, and maybe answer questions from anyone in the audience or anyone who's watching. Appreciate you guys' time. If you enjoy One Play Wednesday at all, please let me know in the comment section. Usually by Wednesday, the content engagement has started to fall off or drop down from so much stuff being put out there by myself and others on Monday and Tuesday after Sunday's game. If you enjoyed this look at DK Metcalf's 71-yard touchdown catch from Geno Smith, then please consider grabbing a link to this video, sharing it out on social media to help this content get more reach.